short. Yeah, it's connect or communicate the neurons from one neurons to other neurons. Yeah, sometimes it's also connect to some other cells. Yeah, like Purkinje cells. And then what's protrudes longer, yeah, basically it's an axon of the neurons. Yeah, some of the axons will be covered by myelin sheaths. Yeah, actually myelin sheaths is wax, yeah, formed by wax. So it's a lipid base, yeah, so it's fat. In case of hematoxylin eosin ini, yeah, in case of hematoxylin eosin staining, wax cannot be colored, yeah, so it will looks like no color in the myelin sheaths, yeah. And if you found there's a white things, yeah, at the axons, and then there's a nucleus, actually it's Schwann cells that produce the myelin sheaths in the peripheral nervous system, yeah. And then some of the myelin sheaths actually do not cover the axons. It's what we call as node of Ranvier. Yeah, actually the function of the nodes of Ranvier actually pass the electricity signals from one to another. Yeah, because the wax actually cannot be passed by the electrons. So the electrons will jump up from one node of Ranvier to other node of Ranvier. So it will faster rather than it will go through all the axons. Yeah, it will be slower. Okay, at the end, this is the motor template, yeah, or motoric template. This is the connections between the nerve and the muscles. Yeah, it will contract the muscles. It will also act as an receptors of pain, yeah, in case of muscles injury, yeah. But it also affect as an effectors to contract the muscles, yeah. So motor and template have both functions, sensory and motoric functions, yeah. Okay, this is some of the shape of the neurons. Yeah, there's a bipolar neuron. Actually, there's two axons protrudes from the pericardium, and then there's a multipolar neuron, which means there's more than two axons. There's more than two dendrites. Yeah, that protrudes from the pericardium. Yeah, the shape of the pericardium may vary, yeah, according to where the cells be found, yeah, such as in the peripheral nervous systems, the pericardiums or of the cell's body of the neurons shapes more looks like a star, yeah. So there's because the neurons is much the dendrites much in this case, yeah. And in the cortex of cerebri, the shapes looks like a triangle. Yeah, that's what we call pyramidal cells. And then in case of the cerebellum, yeah, the shape is rounded, and the dendrites mostly at the one poles here. Yeah, and there's also pseudo multipolar neuron, which the dendrites only one dendrites protrudes from the pericardium. But this one dendrite will be divided in more branches. Yeah. So only one here, but this one will be divided in more branches later. Yeah. So like this one protrude as a dendrite, and then this dendrite will be divided into two main branches. Okay. Okay. Now this is what we have. Yeah. Cerebrum. Yeah. Cerebellum, spinal cord. Yeah. Ganglion spinalis, yeah, which is at the dorsal root of the ganglion, yeah. The nerve fiber, motor template, Vater Pacini, and Meissner body, yeah, or Meissner corpuscle. Okay, okay. Dr. Tuti already mentioned, yeah, about the cerebrum. Yeah, actually the cerebrum divides into cortex and medulla. In anatomy, you learn there's a gray matter and white matter. Yeah, gray matter actually contains the cell's body, yeah, and the white matter only contain the axons and the vascular. Okay, in these gray matters, or we call as cortex cerebri, yeah. Yeah, this cortex cerebri will be connect to the sheets. Yeah, these sheets called pia mater. Yeah, that's the cover of. Actually, there's 3 layers of the uh, brain coverage. Yeah, but we the one that we only can see is pia mater because it's directly attached to the brain. Yeah, the others attached to the skeletal bone. Yeah. Okay, these cortex cerebri have 6 layers. Yeah. First, the molecular one. The molecular cells actually have cells that have a white cytoplasm. Yeah, and that's why it's called as molecular because the cytoplasm is bigger. So the cells nucleus actually divides really big gap between one another. Okay, and then there's external granular layer. It's only you can see here is the cell's body, mostly is the astrocyte. Yeah, but in case of the hematoxylin eosin staining, we cannot divide the astrocyte's shape. So it's only we can only see the nucleus of the astrocytes. That's why it looks like as a many dots. That's why they call as granular. Yeah, granular means many dots. Okay, and then the next layer is external pyramidal layers. In this layer, we can see the astrocyte cells, but mostly we can see the pyramidal cells, which is actually the multipolar neuron. Yeah, that shapes like a triangle that we call as the pyramidal cells. Okay, and then the next external granulars is it's the same structures as the internal granular, yeah, is the same as external granular structures, and then internal pyramidal layers. These layers mostly contain a giant pyramidal cells, yeah. So the bigger pyramidal cells or the multipolar neuron, and then there's a multiform layer. Actually, it's contain more shapes, yeah, neurons, and then at the bottom we connect to the white matter, yeah, or the medulla of the cerebrum, yeah. This is the same, yeah. This is what we have. That what you see. This is the silver impregnation, yeah, or AgNO3 staining, yeah. In this staining, we can only see pyramidal cell, yeah, not astrocytes, yeah, like the hematoxylin eosin 1. Yeah, this is the cortex of the cerebri. This is the pia mater. Yeah. Okay. And then this is the pyramidal cells here. Yeah. And then this is the astrocytes. But if you want to see the astrocytes, it have to be specific staining. Yeah. So we cannot see astrocyte shape. Yeah. If you just use the silver impregnations or hematoxylin eosins. Yeah. We will talk about it later. Yeah. This is the neuron body. Yeah. Okay. This is the giant pyramidal cells. Yeah. The C1 is actually the dendrite. Yeah. And then the D1 actually the astrocyte. Yeah, like before. And then this is the pericardium. Yeah, which is multipolar. And then the B1 actually is the axon. Yeah. Because it's actually a multipolar neuron, yeah. In case of the cerebrum, yeah, the dendrite always go upside, and then the axon will always go downside. Okay, because this one actually looks like this, yeah. So this is the axon, and this is the dendrite, yeah. This is the pyramidal cells. Okay. Okay, now we go to cerebrum. Yeah, cerebrum almost the same as the cerebrum. Yeah, it has gray matter and also white matter. Yeah, the gray matter actually the cortex of the cerebri, and then the white matter actually the medulla of the cerebri. Yeah, we use a specific we use a specific staining. Yeah, we use Raymond-Cajal staining to see the Purkinje cell. Yeah, this is the 3 layers of the cortex cerebri. First, here is the molecular cells. Yeah, it contains small neurons. Yeah, and also the dendrites. And And then these ganglionar cells, actually ganglion means that cell's body. Yeah, ganglion means cell's body. So these ganglionars means that most of the layers contain cell's body, which is the Purkinje cells here. Yeah, this is the body of the Purkinje cells. Yeah, and then this is the dendrite. Yeah, this is the dendrite. And the axons will go down to the granular layer. Yeah, this is the granular layer, mostly astrocyte cells, nucleus here. Yeah. Okay. Surround the cells. Yeah, there's called basket cells. Yeah, the basket cells sometimes goes up to the molecular layer. Yeah, we can to divide which one is the astrocytes and which one is the basket cells. Basket cells actually looks more pale, and then the nucleus is bigger than what's in granular layer. Okay, so sometimes it's go up like this one. Yeah, actually that's a basket cells. Okay, now we go to neuroglia. Yeah, neuroglia actually divides, like I said before, microglia and macroglia. Yeah, this macroglia, yeah, will be multipolar neurons. The pericardiums actually big and round. Yeah, the dendrites is much protrudes. Yeah, and this is the axon. Okay, we use a Raman Carrier staining to see the astrocyte shape. Okay, but in this case the dendrite is short. Yeah, so it's more like uni. Have you ever seen uni? Uni is a urchin. Have you ever seen urchin? In Indonesia we say bulu babi. Yeah, morphs look like that. Yeah. So this is the pericardians, and then the dendrite is short. Okay, but much. Okay, and then the fibrous astrocytes. Actually, the pericardiums is squamous. Yeah, so it's flat. The pericardium is flat, and then the axon and dendrites is long. Yeah, but it's not much of the axons and dendrite here. Okay, and oligodendrocytes, like Dr. Suti say, yeah, because this is the Raman Carrier staining, we cannot see the pyramidal cell actually. So what Raman Carrier stains only the astrocyte cells. Yeah. So this is the oligodendrocytes. Yeah, the shapes of the pericardiums looks like more a pyramid. Yeah, so maybe your assistant is mistaken that by the pyramidal cell. Yeah, because the shape of the cell is almost the same. Yeah, and in case of oligodendrocytes, the protrusions is less, only 3 to 4 protrusions of the dendrite. Okay, in case of this one, the oligodendrocytes can produce the myelin and the central nervous system. Yeah, the functions is almost the same as Schwann cells. And in case of microglia, yeah, the pericardiums of the cells body actually rounded. Yeah, the protrusion of the dendrite is longer than the astrocyte protoplasmatis. Yeah, but the pericardium is much smaller. Okay, the functions actually as immune cells. Yeah. Okay, this is the recap. Yeah. Make sure to read also the functions. Yeah, like astrocyte protoplasmatis do the synapse systems. Yeah, so it's help to communicate one neuron to others to have faster communications. And then the astrocyte fiber is actually more like a support system. It's also transport an ion and nutrients from the blood vessels to the neurons in the cortex cerebri. Yeah, and oligodendrocytes help to produce myelin in the central nervous system. The microglia act as the immune systems of the nervous system. Yeah. Okay. Now we go to spinal cord. Yeah. In the spinal cord, yeah, the gray matter actually refers from the cerebrum and cerebellum. In case of cerebrum and the cerebellums, the gray matters outside, and the white matters inside. In case of the spinal cord, because the cells actually at the center, so the gray matters will be formed at the centers of the spinal cord, and then the white matter will be outer than at the spinal cord. Okay. You can see this is the gray matter, this is the white matter, and this is the canalis centralis, or central canals. It will be surrounded by the appendix cells. To see which one is the anterior and which one is the posterior, we can see the fissure here. The fissures actually signs that it's anterior part, and if there's no fissure of the spinal cord, it means that the posterior part. So if there's a small gap like this one, this is a fissura mediana anterior, and if there is no gap, it means that the sulcus mediana posterior. Okay, this is the ependymal cells. This is the if in your examinations later we point out at the center of the canalis centralis medulla spinalis, it means we ask for the central canal, or canalis centralis of medulla spinalis. This is connect from the cervical until the bottom of the medulla spinalis. Actually, it flows the CNS, liquid, and the CNS liquid actually produced by the appendix cell at medulla spinalis. It will also regulate. If there is too much liquid here, it will absorb. If there's less, it will produce more at the canalis centralis medulla spinalis. It produced by the appendix cells around. And at the anterior of the forum anterior medulla spinalis, we can see a motor neuron here. Actually, it's a multipolar neuron. You can see there's much dendrite here. 1, 2, 3. And this is the axon. This is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. This is the motor neuron, so it acts as an effector of the medulla spinalis. Especially in the reflex. That's why when you step on a nail or something's hurt, without thinking, you will raise your legs to avoid the pain. This is due to the motor neurons effect. So the reflex actually not goes to your brains, but it will be act in the medulla spinalis. Okay, in dorsal roots, there's a spinal ganglion, or ganglion spinalis. Actually, it's pseudo unipolar neuron, or pseudo multipolar. We can see because these satellite cells surround. This is the dot around the pericardium. Actually, the satellite cells here. The satellite cells. The satellite cells is continuously. So there's no gap between one satellite cells to one another. Only one space here. You can see this is this small white. Actually, that's the gap. This is where the dendrite will goes from the pericardium. That's why there's a small gap between the satellite cells. In case of sympathetic ganglion, or ganglion sympathis, it's actually a multipolar neuron. So the satellite cells will have more gap than ganglion sympathis. You can see here that the connective tissue is wider. So there is more gap between one satellite cells to other satellite cells. Okay, in case of nerve fiber, this is the longitudinal cut, or potongan memanjang. You can see the white part actually the myelin, the myelin which is wax. So that's why it looks white, because it cannot absorb the color, from the HA staining. And this gap here actually denote of Ranvier. So this makes the saltatory electrons movement, so it will be make the electronic impulse faster. yeah, and then this one actually the Schwann cells, nucleus here. Okay, this is the longitudinal cut, yeah. The sciatic nerve is the organ that we take it from, yeah, but it's not only sciatic nerve, other nerves can also be found like this, yeah, tibial nerve, humeral nerve, and etc. Yeah, all nerves will look like this. Okay, the white one actually the myelin, yeah. In case of not transfer, it's not really seen here. Maybe this one, yeah? Not of transfer, yeah, because you can see the small gap here. Okay. In case of the cross sections of the nerve fiber, yeah, you have to, like Dr. Kuti say, you have to divide which one is endoneurium, yeah. If we surround the cells, this is one cells, these cells will be surrounded by endoneurium, and then some of the nerve fiber will be connected to one another and will be covered by the perineurium. Yeah, it will be covered by perineurium, and then outside is epineurium. Yeah, so the layer actually is almost the same as muscles covered tissue. Yeah, but the difference is in nerves we use neurium behind, and in the muscles we use mesium behind. Yeah, so it's the same. Yeah, endomysium, perimysium, epimysium. But in case in nerve, we use endoneurium, perineurium, and epineurium. Okay, periosteum. Okay, periosteum is also the coverage of the tissue of the bone. Yeah, but there's no endo. Yeah, there's no inside and the middle layer. Yeah, only at the outside. Okay, in case of the skeletal system, yeah. Okay, this is the motoric and plate. Yeah, actually motoric and plate is where the connective of the nerve. This is the nerve actually, and then this is the muscles. Yeah, and when the nerve attached to the muscles here, actually it's the motor and plate. Yeah, we can see it using a specific staining. Yeah, silver impregnations using Bell-Solski method. Yeah. This one actually contains the acetylcholine and also the electrons that will be transferred to the muscles to help the muscle contractions. Yeah, there's some diseases when this acetylcholine in the motor and plates not functioning well, such as in Guillain-Barré syndrome. Yeah, there's we will talk there in the I don't know which in the musculoskeletal block or the neuro block. But that's disease caused by the improper regulations of the acetylcholine and the motoric and plate. Yeah, so there's no contractions. Almost like polio, yeah, the muscles cannot contract. The people will be false. There's no muscles contractions at all. At the worst case, it's also stop the muscles from making a breath. So the people cannot breathe and then they will die. Okay. And this is the Vater Pacini. Actually, Vater Pacini not only at the pancreas, yeah, but what we have in pancreas is also at the end of your fingers, yeah, both toes and fingers, yeah. This Vater Pacini actually make a rough sensory touch. Yeah, when you touch something harsh or something touch you really deep, like punching or something, yeah, that will trigger the Vater Pacini to make the kinetic energy and then transfer it to become an electricity at the bundle nerve here and then transfer it to your brain. That's why you know that someone punched you or there's something dull hit you. Okay? In case of Meissner corpuscle, actually it's more like in the soft way, yeah, soft touch, like when there's a buttons or there's a seal touch you. The Meissner corpuscle will transfer those kinetic energy to the central nerve here, and they will transfer to your brain. That's why you know there's a soft touch surround you. In case of Vater Pacini in the pancreas, actually it's help us to know whether is something wrong in our body. Yeah, that's why all the stomachs ill. Yeah, or if you feel discomfort, yeah, in your stomachs, it feels like a dull sensation. Yeah, it's a dull sensation, so you cannot point which point is actually hurts. Yeah, because it's a dull sensation from the Vater Pacini in your pancreas. Yeah, that's the function of Vater Pacini in pancreas. Yeah, but it also do the same in your fingers. Yeah, so if there's a force touch, yeah, you can feel it from the Vater Pacini. Yeah. In Meister, it's more a soft touch. Actually, there's a Ruffini body, yeah, that transfer heat. Yeah, the heat will be transferred to the electronic sensations and then transferred to your body. That's why you know that's hot. Yeah, that's for the corpus Ruffini. And in Krauss, it will transfer the cold sensation. Yeah, but actually I cannot show you here because you are not practicing it. And also there's a free nerve ending. Yeah, free nerve ending at your nerves actually tells you it's a point pain. Yeah, when you touch by like a nail or something. Yeah, because it's pointy. Yeah, the free nerve ending will tell you it's hurt. Yeah. Okay? Okay, thank you. Any other question? I think, yeah, from Dr. Tuti questions, you already know most of it, yeah. Just learn more, yeah, so don't mistake it. And one more thing, because actually in the nervous system we have a common structures, yeah, such as this one, yeah. Cortex cerebri or cortex cerebellum, yeah. So you have to mention which one is, if not only cortex, but what cortex, cerebri or cerebellum. We also have like granular layer, yeah. You have to mention which granular layer, yeah. Cerebrum or cerebellum, and in cerebrum which one, internal or the external granular layer. Okay, and also this Purkinje cell, yeah, don't mistaken by Purkinje fiber, yeah. Have you ever passed the cardio?
Yes.
Yeah. In cardio there's a Purkinje fiber, yeah. Yeah. This is the Purkinje cell, yeah. So don't mistaken those things, yeah. If you mistaken those things, it could be wrong. Okay. And in case of if we ask about which one is axon, which one is the dendrite, please mention the cells, yeah, which cells, the pyramidal cells, the astrocyte, or something like that. And what else? This one, like this one, yeah. This is the nucleus of the sympathetic or spinal ganglion, yeah. Which one? If we point at the satellite cell from where? Spinal ganglion or sympathetic ganglion. And in the nerve fiber, yeah, if we point at myelin like this one, this is more white thing here. Actually, the myelin, yeah, this white myelin. If you mention myelin, please mention also from which section. Yeah, like from the longitudinal sections or cross-sectional sections. Okay? Clear? Is there any more question? No question? Okay. I think that's all. Thank you very much.